What happens when you inject DEI in your games? Ubisoft learned, and they're learning the hard way. Ubisoft stock has plummeted 12% despite exceeding sales targets. So you exceeded sales targets, but you still lost stock? What's going on here? Well, it might have something to do with this figure right here, this person, the protagonist from Star Wars Outlaws. That's an uglified version of the actual model. It might have to do with Assassin's Creed literally pissing off an entire country of Japan with over 90,000 signatures wanting this game to be canceled because they feel that Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed Shadows is disrespecting Japanese culture and history. It could be that. I don't know, guys. Elon Musk said it best. DEI destroys art. People are more focused on checking little check boxes for diversity points. Person of color, Yasuke, check. Even though he has a whole fabricated history that's literally causing a division in Japan between historians and Japanese people. Ugly female character in Star Wars Outlaws, check. I mean, the possibilities of DEI causing a crash and burn with your games have been proven time and time again. Look at Concord, right? That game literally has debuted to nothing. The peak concurrent players at that, ridiculous. Ridiculous. Look at also all the other games that have come out recently. There was that game that was made, I think it was called like Zia or Zua, the Tier Bender or something like that. It was like a Sweet Baby Inc. funded game. Flintlock also failed. It's ridiculous how many companies are allowing these consultant firms to literally ruin their company. So you can see the stock has plummeted 12% in the past 5 days following the company's most recent earnings reports that revealed it had exceeded sales targets for its first financial quarter of the year. Now, Smash JT made a video saying they were caught lying, that they had a video call. I guess the guy was giving quotes and talking all positive to make stockholders and shareholders happy. I mean, that's what you have to do, right? Because they're in trouble. They're relying on these two games to be their tentpole games of the year. And if you go to any trailer for Assassin's Creed Shadows, if you go to any trailer for Star Wars Outlaws, they are being mass disliked. And people are calling them out for the DEI bullshit. Oh, guys are just crying. I don't care if, as long as the game is fun and people are enjoying it. No, we're not enjoying it because you guys are preferring political activism over actual gameplay and actual good game mechanics. And you're just more concerned over filling in a checkbox. That's all why Yasuke is the POC character of choice instead of actually having a real Japanese historical figure, which that's a whole debate we've been talking about on the channel daily. Now you see Yahoo Finance reports that the Ubisoft stock, say that 5 times fast, fell 12.42% in the last 5 days following their first quarter report on July 18th. In fact, the stock is down 14.73% for the year so far. If you go back an entire year, the stock is down 31.53. If you go back 5 years, the stock is down 74.73%. That is a significant drop off. I mean, why are people over here thinking that DEI is not affecting this company at all? Fathoms me. Like, the proof is in the pudding right here. This is what happens when you go woke, you go broke. I know a lot of people think, oh, that catchphrase is so frustrating and so annoying to see, and it's just a bunch of right-wing grifters. Need I remind you, again, the situation that's going on with Assassin's Creed Shadows, to where this is even going to the Japan diet. We got literal politicians taking a look at this. We got literal politicians upset about all this. Look at this whole thing with Yasuke. Thomas Lockley. It's exploded into a potential diplomatic incident. Letters are being sent with questions to the Japan Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science, and Technology, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Economy, Trade, and Industry. I mean, there's literal politicians, political aides talking about this. almost 95,000 signatures on here. And you're going to tell me it's just a right-wing grift and that it's all bullshit, fake outrage? You're literally pissing off a full fucking country, and you wonder why your stock is targeting down this far. So this says the big dip seen in the chart above came in the wake of Ubisoft reporting that its net bookings hit $315.76 million. This exceeded the company's prediction of $299 million. Ubisoft co-founder, and I can't pronounce this, I guess Viez Guillemot, touted the net booking, saying, in a selective market, we delivered a solid start to the year with net bookings above target, reaffirming that we are on the right track. The quarter notably saw the launch of X Defiant, that is off to an encouraging start as we continue to grow the audience at a steady pace and plan a quarterly roadmap of content that allows us to firmly establish the game over time. And then he goes on to say that they presented Assassin's Creed Shadows and Star Wars Outlaws, which were not only praised by players and critics alike, but also highlighted the cutting-edge capabilities of our game engines. First of all, again, fucking lie right here. Go look at the mass dislikes. Oh, it's the right-wing grifting outrage. I think they're just speaking in positive talks for the shareholders to not be upset. I mean, honestly, you could see... Despite the net bookings exceeding the internal predictions, investors and analysts were expecting even better results from the company. Right? So they're expecting higher sales from these Star Wars releases and Assassin's Creed Outlaws. And I think with all this backlash, they're going to be disappointed. Yeah, sure, the games are still coming out. Sure, there's going to be lots of people buying them because Star Wars is one of the biggest franchises in the world. But I think they're going to be putting themselves in a higher rock hard spot. You can see it's probably safe to assume the analysts were expecting higher sales numbers given Star Wars Outlaws releases in August during the company's second quarter. So it's going to be business at the end of the day. You know, this goes on to say that delayed releases of Rainbow Six Mobile and Division Resurgence also hurt it. I think this is a sign of things to fucking come. I think this is more something to be blamed on DEI being injected in things. You've also seen how some of their community managers have been fucking psycho, saying things about white people. You know, to me, you know, all this stuff, all this mumbo jumbo is just them trying to stay afloat and make shareholders happy. You've seen these reports right here with the total net bookings and things like that. I really don't give a shit. You can see people are saying, fuck around and find out. The writing's on the wall, yet excuses will still be made. What Ubisoft game sold exceeding expectation. Stock's often more about where you're going than where you're been. And I think people are realizing their prospects are getting worse, and Ubisoft's constant antagonizing gamers is starting to hurt the company. I mean, you remember they said we needed to be comfortable not owning our games. They literally said that. So I completely agree with this. It's a sign of where you're going. They were allegedly gaslighting the investors at the investors' call, dodging answers on the estimated success of Star Wars Outlaws and AC Shadows, telling them how many pre-orders have been placed. They will lie to settle investor nerves. Sales targets are completely subjective. Just your everyday corporate manipulation. I mean, again, you can see people are literally in arms against Ubisoft at this point. Grums is saying, keep hitting Ubisoft in the junk. Stop buying their games and force them to rethink DEI. They are one of the largest infected studios, and I agree. I've seen, just even looking at their community managers, their staff, their policies, the mess that they're doing with Assassin's Creed Shadows, these people are infected. And you hate to see it because they've had some great games in the past. Again, I'm a fan of Assassin's Creed games, but this whole Yasuke shit, this whole playing to this narrative and trying to get DEI points, it's not it. It's not it. See, Dr. Pika says, good, they really had it coming. Ubisoft making shit worse year after year. I mean, no mercy. If they won't listen to our complaints, then they'll hear it from the shareholders. The fact is, they could have hit a home run if they had been historically accurate and made a Japanese samurai as the main protagonist. So, I mean, honestly, it seems like things are just getting worse and worse for them. Emerald Apple, I thought I had it. Oh, yeah, we had some tweets right here. They're talking about the state of Ubisoft. From their peak in 2018, they've dropped almost 80% in stock value. Today, they dropped another 7%. They're fully dependent on DEI-infected games such as Assassin's Creed Shadows and Star Wars Outlaws' success. Investors have zero faith in their products. I don't expect this company to survive. Go well, go broke. And I don't want companies to fail. I don't want game to get canceled. I want people to actually look at DEI as something that's infecting the community, something that's a problem, something that, they cancel everything that's against it. Look at how some of these people act. Look at how some of these journalists act, how wild and crazy they're getting. Look how Sweet Baby Inc. tries to dox and contact people's families because of criticism. These people are nuts. And again, there's issues with Yasuke, with politicians taking it to the government. You can see after this desperate lie to the shareholders, stock dropped around 15%. Fuck you, Ubisoft. People are angry at them. Ubisoft only lost 75% of their stock value in the last 5 years. They're doing splendid, okay? Clear sign that Western AAA studios profit from DEI. And honestly, DEI is the issue here, guys. As Elon Musk said, DEI destroys art. It kills art. So what do you guys think about this whole situation with their stock plummeting? Is this a surprise or not? Subscribe if you're brand new.